Perhaps not surprisingly, given his expressed views on Scottish independence and independence marches, Mark Smith's report from his first attendance at such a march was predictably negative. What I have learned from my first independence march, the Herald, January 13. He could have written it from the comfort of his living room and avoided having to suffer the dreadful Glasgow weather on Saturday along with the estimated 80,000 marchers comprising men, women and children of all ages, from all over Scotland and beyond. Yes, there was a handful of offensive placards, but these were totally insignificant compared to the masses of Saltires, many with the EU flag superimposed, and banners supporting our wish to be an independent country once again. There was also significant anti-Trident support. He highlights the anti-Tory placards and chants, like Tories, 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 out, 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 and wonders why? I have to wonder why he wonders, since the reality is that it is they who are in power in Westminster and have the ability to deny Scotland the right to hold another referendum following the significant change being brought about by Brexit. Remember that we were told in 2014 that the only way to stay in the EU was to vote no. Mr. Smith apparently felt so bad during the brief few yards when the march passed the handful of counter-demonstrators that he wished he wasn't there. My experience during this very brief stage of the march was one of humour. The conclusion of the article, aside from his comical and ironic wrestle with the wet saltire near the end of the march, that the same people doing the same thing will achieve nothing, ignores the fact that these marches are part of a series of events that have been, and will be, held all over Scotland in order to ensure that the public profile of the issue of Scottish independence is maintained. Some, but not by any means all, who attended in Glasgow will have taken part in a similar march in their local area. It also ignores the fact that no change has ever been achieved by those people who are looking for change sitting back and doing nothing. Alistair Matheson, Selkirk. Like Mark Smith, I too was at the Independence March in Glasgow on Saturday, and like him it was my first such march, so I was interested to read of his experiences. Throughout the march I recognized Mr. Smith's accounts of what he saw and heard, so I must have been near him throughout the march, though our interpretations differed, not significantly but subtly, but that is a moot point depending on one's perspective. I therefore would like to put my slant on what he saw and heard and give one or two additions. I met people from all over the UK, not just from Aberdeen. I was surprised that as a journalist he didn't speak to more people. There were people from Wales who were very noticeable as they were SPEA. For more on this story, visit the news article link.